تفضل.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. Last time we talked about the hunting animals and the saliva of it and sweat and these things. Okay, and we mentioned the opinion of Ash-Shafi'i and that every hunting animal is tahir, its saliva or its sweat, because this hadith which prohibited hunting animals, Allah Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prohibited just to eat it. Okay, and one of their opinions depended upon that they make analogy between the hunting animals and the human being. So they said, because human being, it is haram, it is prohibited to eat the meat of human being, but the saliva or sweat or tears of human being is still tahir, nothing in it. So, as well as the animal, the hunting animal is like this, and they made analogy between this. Ibn Hazm said, why didn't you make analogy between hunting animals and dog? Because dog has more common يعني common attributes between dogs and hunting animals, because both of them are hunting animals and included in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, نهى عن كل ذي ناب من السباع ومخلب من الطير. So this is the first one. And the second, this is the rest of this discussion. We started it now. فإن قالوا يعني if الشافعية said قسناها على الهر, we made analogy with the hunting animal to or with the cats, because they said in the hadith Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said إنها ليست بنجس, cats is not najas. So they said we made an analogy between the rest of the hunting animals on the cat. Okay. قيل لهم, this is قيل لهم, we can say to them, وما الذي أوجب أن تقيسوها على الهر دون أن تقيسوها على الكلب? What make it on you obligatory that to make analogy between it and the cat, other than to make analogy between it with the dog? So what is make it more worthy to make analogy between the whole or the rest of hunting animal on the cat other than the dog? لا سيما especially وقد قستم الخنزير على الكلب, and especially you make analogy between the khinzir and the dog, ولم تقيسوه على الهر, and you did not make analogy between the pig and the hare and the cat. So they said سؤر الخنزير, what is the remaining drinks of the khinzir, is haram. When you ask them why, because as I said, because we made analogy between the khinzir and kalb, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered us uh, to pour the food or the drinks which the dog eat ate from or drink from, and we should do this with the khinzir as well. Okay. طيب. ولم تقيسوه على الهر كما قستم السباع على الهر, as you made analogy between سباع hunting animals on hare. هذا لو سلم لهم أمر الهر. All of this, يعني all of this discussion will be يعني considerable if we surrender for them about the matter of her, because Ibn Hazm did, or if we accept the matter of her, because Ibn Hazm said the cat is not najas, but you should wash the vessel which it drinks from. Okay, فكيف والنص ثابت. So how about the نص, the text, حديث of Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم ثابت. الثابت يعني الصحيح, the sound حديث, الذي هو أثبت من حديث حميدة عن كبشة, which is more correct or more sound than the hadith of حميدة عن كبشة. حديث حميدة عن كبشة, this is what Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said about the cat, إنها ليست بنجس, it is not najis. Hadith, and the hadith أمر الهر, Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم ordered, قال والهر أمر بغسل الكلب من الإناء 7 مرات والهر مرة. والهر مرة, he ordered, he commanded us to wash the vessel 7 times from the dog after the dog eat or drink from the vessel, and the cat 1 time. يعني you can have to wash the vessel 1 time. وقد ورد, this hadith came مبينا لوجوب غسل الإناء من ولوغ الهر. مبينا, clarifying the obligatory of washing the vessel from the drinking of the cat. فهذه مقاييس أصحاب القياس كما ترى. So this is the analogy of the people who adopted the analogy as a source of legislation, as you see. والحمد لله رب العالمين على عظيم نعمه. Praise due to Allah, the Lord of worlds, with his great blessings. مسألة حكم المائع إذا وقعت فيه نجاسة. The legal verdict of the مائع, liquid, any liquid thing, إذا وقعت فيه نجاسة, is the najasa dropped or fall in it. مسألة وكل شيء مائع, everything which is liquid, من ماء أو زيت أو سمن, from water or oil or butter, أو لبن أو ماء ورد, or milk or ماء ورد, this is rose water. يعني this is some kind of water which has smell of rose. أو عسل أو مرق أو طيب, or honey, عسل أو مرق, soup أو طيب, يعني مرق, this is a soup of meat. مرق, okay, soup of meat. أو طيب, or perfume, أو غير ذلك, or other than this. أي شيء كان, anything it was. إذا وقعت فيه نجاسة if any نجاسة dropped in it أو شيء حرام or something is prohibited يجب اجتنابه we should to avoid it أو ميتة or dead uh, body فإن غير ذلك لون ما وقع فيه أو طعمه أو ريحه فقد فسد كله وحرم أكله. Any of these things changed the color لون ما وقع فيه what it is fallen in it أو طعمه or if it changed its taste أو ريحه or its smell فقد فسد كله so all of it will be spoiled so all of it will be spoiled وحرم أكله and to eat it will be prohibited ولم يجوز استعماله ولا بيعه and we cannot use it nor sell it فإن لم يغير شيئا and if it does not change anything from the color من لون ما وقع فيه ولا من طعمه nor the taste ولا من ريحه nor smell فذلك المائع حلال أكله وشربه واستعماله so this liquid is permitted to eat it and to drink it and to use it إن كان قبل ذلك كذلك if it is before the falling or dropping of this najasa in it like that because if it is haram it is already haram like alcohol and anything fall in it so it will still haram okay والوضوء حلال بذلك الماء and to do wudu with this water is halal والتطهر به في الغسل أيضا كذلك and to wash your body with it in ghusl it is like that as well وبيع ما كان جائزا بيعه قبل ذلك حلال and to sell what it is permitted to sell before the dropping of najasa in it is halal ولا معنى لتبين أمره and there is no meaning to verify its matter وبمنزلة ما وقع فيه مخاط أو بصاق and it is like what لتبيين أمره يعني هنا ابن حزم said if you sell something مثلا one drop of urine or fall in or dropped in مثلا barrel of oil or something uh, so now this one drop will not change anything will not change the smell or these things so he said if you sell it have you uh, is it obligatory to you to ما معنى لتبييني or لتبين أمر it is obligatory to you to say to the one who you will sell it to him that there is a drop of urine fall in this barrel or not he said no يعني it is لا no you you don't have to You don't have to do this because this drop, it is بمنزلة ما وقع فيه. It is the same as مخاط. Said مخاط, it is expectoration. We know this. أو بصاق or saliva. Okay. إلا أن البائل في الماء الراكد الذي لا يجري حرام عليه الوضوء بذلك الماء. But the one who urine or urinate in the still water, يعني this is issue if no one can urinate in still water. Means still water meaning the water in uh, is do not move, do not move like doesn't move like the
You say
water.
stagnant,
Uh,
stagnant,
uh,
stagnant water and flowing water. So
uh,
flowing like a river and stagnant water that is like in a pond or a pool.
yes, now that's it. So في الماء الراكد, the man who urine in the stagnant water, it is haram. Okay. إلى أن البائل الماء في الماء الراكد الذي لا يجري, the one who urinate in stagnant water which is not flowing, حرام عليه الوضوء بذلك الماء. It is haram on him to do wudu with this water أو الاغتسال به, or to do اغتسال with it لفرض أو لغيره, to اغتسال فرض like اغتسال of جنابة or other than it. وحكمه التيمم إن لم يجد غيره, and his legal verdict about him to do tayammum if he cannot find other than this water. وذلك الماء طاهر حلال شربه له ولغيره. But this ma, if it is not changed anything in it, it is طاهر, it is still طاهر. حلال شربه, it is allowed to drink from it for him and to other than him. إن لم يغير البول شيئا من أوصافه. If the bowl, if the urine does not change anything from its characteristics. وحلال الوضوء به والغسل به لغيره, and anyone other than him, it is halal to do wudu with it and to do ghusl with it. فلو أحدث في الماء أو بال خارجا منه ثم جرى البول فيه فهو طاهر. So if he uh, أحدث في الماء, made حدث في الماء أو بال خارجا منه, if you urinate out of this stagnant water and this urine ثم جرى البول, running or flowing until it is يعني it fall or dropped in this water فهو طاهر. So this water is still طاهر. يجوز الوضوء منه, you can do wudu from it and do غسل, والغسل له ولا, and to do غسل and to him and to other than him. إلا أن يغير ذلك البول أو الحدث. He means that حدث here, حدث means defecate. He means this حدث because he show what he means with حدث, because حدث has many meanings in Arabic language. According to legal meaning, it has to pass a wind and to urinate and to defecate. All of this, the meaning of hadith. But now I he means defecation إلا أن يغير ذلك البول أو الحدث defecation شيئا من أوصاف الماء any characteristic of the water فلا يجزئ حينئذ استعماله أصلا له ولا لغيره. So now it is not sufficient for him to use it nor other than him. وحاشا ما ولغ فيه الكلب إنه يهرق ولا بد and except what is the dog drink from it so it has to be poured uh, كما قدمنا في باب as we presented in its chapter. وحاشا السمن يقع فيه الفأر and except the butter if the فأر mouse fall in it ميتا fall in it when it is dead أو يموت فيه or if it is died in it أو يخرج منه حيا or if it is get out from it alive ذكرا كان الفأر أو أنثى even this mouse is male or female صغيرا أو كبيرا even this mouse is small or big فإنه إن كان ذائبا حين موت الفأر فيه أو حين وقوعه فيه ميتا and this butter if this butter is melted when the mouse died in it أو حين وقوعه فيه ميتا أو when it this mouse dropped in it but and it was dead أو خرج منه حيا or if this mouse fall in it and get out from it alive أهرق كله so we should pour it all ولو أنه ألف قنطار أو أقل أو أكثر even it is ألف يعني thousands of قنطار قنطار this is يعني like a volume of a barrel أو أقل or less or size of a barrel أو أقل or less or أو أكثر or more ولم يحل الانتفاع به it is not allowed to use it so جمد بعد ذلك أو لم يجمد even it is يعني became solid after that or not became solid وإن كان حين موت الفأر فيه أو وقوع فيه ميتا جامدا and if the فأر died in it or if the fall down in it dead if the butter itself was solid بعد ذلك after that أو لم يجمد sorry جامدا واتصل جموده يعني its solidarity continued فإن الفأر يؤخذ منه وما حوله ويرمى
Solidity, not solidarity.
solidity okay. واتصل جموده so its solidity continued فإن الفأر يؤخذ منه وما حوله ويرمى so the rat it is taken from it and what it is around it from the butter or solid butter and we throw this away والباقي حلال and the rest of it is halal is permitted حلال أكله to be eaten وبيعه is permitted to be eaten and to be sold والادهان به and to be يعني يعني دهن to يعني wrap or rub our skin with it قل أو كثر even it is small or or small amount or big amount. وحاشا الماء except the water فلا يحل بيعه. So الماء it is not permitted to sell it. لنهي النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن ذلك. Because Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم forbid or prohibit to sell the water. على ما نذكر في البيوع إن شاء الله تعالى. As we will mention in the chapter of بيوع إن شاء الله تعالى. برهان ذلك, the proof of that, ما ذكرنا قبل من أن كل ما أحل الله تعالى وحكم فيه بأنه طاهر فهو كذلك أبدا. What we mentioned before, that everything Allah permitted and حكم فيه and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala judged in it that it is طاهر, فهو كذلك أبدا. So it will be like that forever. ما لم يأتي نص آخر بتحريمه أو نجاسته, except there is another text uh, uh, with its prohibition or with its najasa. وكل ما حرم الله تعالى أو نجسه فهو كذلك أبدا. And everything Allah said that it is haram or najis, so it will be like that forever. ما لم يأتي نص آخر, except there is another text which بإباحته with its permission or with its purification. وما عدا هذا, anything other than this, so فهو تعد لحدود الله تعالى. So it is a transgression of the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وقال تعالى تلك حدود الله فلا تعتدوا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this is the limits of Allah, so don't transgress it. وقال تعالى ولا تقولوا لما تصف ألسنتكم الكذب هذا حلال وهذا حرام. Don't say by lying this thing is halal, is allowed, is permitted, and this thing is haram. وقال تعالى قل أرأيتم ما أنزل الله لكم من رزق فجعلتم منه حراما وحلالا قل الله أذن لكم أم على الله تفترون. قل, say, tell me about ما أنزل الله لكم, about what Allah give you or descend from you from the provision. فجعلتم منه حراما وحلالا, and you made some of it halal and some of it haram. قل الله أذن لكم, say, did Allah give you a permission for that? أم على الله تفترون, or you fabricated these things about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he said this thing is haram or this thing is halal, but Allah did not say that. وصح بهذا يقينا, so now it is correct by this for sure that أن الطاهر لا ينجس بملاقاة النجس, that the طاهر thing cannot be najis just by mixing with najis. وأن النجس لا يطهر بملاقاة الطاهر, and the najis thing cannot be طاهر just because if it is mixing the طاهر thing. وأن الحلال لا يحرم بملاقاة الحرام. The halal thing cannot be haram because it is just mixing with haram. والحرام لا يحل بملاقاة الحلال. الحرام will not be halal just because it is mixing with halal. بل الحلال حلال, but the halal is halal كما كان, as it was. والحرام حرام كما كان, haram is haram as it was. والطاهر طاهر كما كان. طاهر is طاهر as it was والنجس نجس كما كان نجس is نجس as it was إلا أن يرد نص بإحالة حكم من ذلك except if there is a text that say this حكم of that the legal verdict of that is changed فسمعا وطاعة so we will listen to this and we will obey this وإلا فلا other than it otherwise or otherwise no ولو تنجس الماء بما يلاقيه من النجاسات ما طهر شيء أبدا if the water is became najis it became with its mixing with other than najasat ما طهر شيء أبدا nothing will be طاهر at all لأنه كان إذا صب على نجاسة لغسلها because if we pour water on najasa to wash it ينجس على قولهم ولا بد this water which we poured will be najis according to their opinion وإذا تنجس وجب تطهيره so when this water which we poured on the najis thing if it became najis so we have to purify it as well وهكذا and so on أبدا so on forever ولو كان ذلك لتنجس البحر والأنهار الجارية كله if it is like that so the rivers and the seas will be najis all of it لأنه إذا تنجس الماء الذي خالطته النجاسة because the water which نجاسة mixing with it وجب أن يتنجس الماء الذي يمسه أيضا so it will be obligated it is, will be يعني it will be must that the water which touched it will be najis as well ثم ما يجب أن يتنجس ما مسه أيضا كذلك أبدا and it will be must that the other water which touched it will be najis as well وهذا ما لا مخلص منه this is no salvation from this matter فإن قالوا في شيء من ذلك لا يتنجس if they said in anything of it لا يتنجس it will not be najis he means the water which is mixing with the najis تركوا قولهم ورجعوا إلى الحق so now they leave their opinion and they return to the truth وتناقضوا and they contradicted themselves وفي إجماعهم معنى على بطلان ذلك and in their consensus with us about the falsehood of this issue which is that the najis water najis if it is mixing with the river or and the sea or anything that it will change the whole water and the whole water will be najis so there is a consensus about that وعلى تطهير المخرج والدم في الفم والثوب والجسم إقرار بأنه لا نجاسة إلا ما ظهرت في عين النجاسة and their consensus with us على تطهير المخرج here that means the مخرج البول ومخرج الغائط means the place where the urination is discharged from and the where of the feces come from the anus on the tip of the male member so all of them said you can purify the مخرج البول أو الغائط, okay, by water. Okay, so all of them say that. So now there is a consensus about this. So he said here, if this water, if you use the water to clean his male member from urination, so if you use a water, this water will be najis, and the other water will be najis. So how can he the water how can the water still tahir? Okay, so now, and he said, you agree with us that this water which he use, if he uses even small amount of water, it's enough to do taharah from bowl or from urination or from غائط, from the feces. So now you agree with us that this small amount of water can be tahir from yes, and it will not be najis except if it is one of its characteristic is changed, its color or its taste or its smell. Why he said that? Because he said that because some of the scholars said uh, if you have 200 liter of water, this 200 liter of water, if it is less than this, if it is like 199 liter of water and one drop of urine fall down in it, so this whole water will be najis and you cannot do tahara with it. Okay, so now he's talking about with these people, okay, with these scholars. He said why? Because this one drop of water does not change anything from 199 liter of water. So why you said this is this whole water is najis? So now you are contradicted yourself. He said why? Because if you want to clean your male member after urination, okay? Uh, so have do you have to use more than 200 liter of water to wash it, or just you use just small amount of water to wash it? They said no, you can use small amount of water to wash it. He said now you agree with us that this small amount of that this small amount of water, if it if it even if it touches and mixes with hmm, the rest of urine which is still in the tip of the male member, it can purify it, and the water which is remaining after washing the tip of the male member is still tahir. So now this is a contradiction between what you said. So they depending upon the hadith, but this hadith we will tackle it later, inshallah. So now he said, بإجماعهم معنا. Now we are made a consensus with us that بطلان ذلك, the falsehood of that opinion, that any river or can be, وعلى تطهير المخرج, and to purify the مخرج, والدم, and the blood, في الفم, in the mouth. As he said, if you have a blood in your mouth, according to these people who said that dam is najis, they said you can use a small amount of water to wash your mouth with it. With thawb, and dam, when you have dam on your thawb, والجسم, and in the body, إقرار بأنه لا نجاسة. This is approval from you that there is no najasa إلا ما ظهرت فيه عين النجاسة, except if the najasa itself appeared in this water. ولا يحرم ولا يحرم إلا ما ظهر فيه عين المنصوص على تحريم فقط. So nothing will be haram except this haram thing itself appeared in the in the water, okay, or in the other thing which is pure, which is mixed with. وسائر قولهم فاسد, and the rest of their saying is فاسد, يعني is not correct. So they said about this issue, they said no, there is a difference between the water which comes on the najasa and the najasa which comes on the water. So now to escape from this thing that they are contradicted, so they said no, there is a difference between najasa come to the water and the water come to najasa. So if najasa come to the water means if a drop of urine fall down in the barrel of water. So now this najasa came to the water. Okay. So now the whole water will be najis. Okay. And the opposite is if this urine on the floor, مثلا a drop of urine on the floor, and you get مثلا not a barrel, you get just مثلا 10 liter of water and pour it on this drop of urine. Okay, so he said if you now it is enough. Okay, it is enough if the water came in the place of najasa. So you can purify it. You don't have to get 200 more than or 200 of liter of water to purify this spot. So here now he is talking about this issue. فإن فرقوا بين الماء الوارد. الماء الوارد means the water which comes on the spot of najasa. She said it is allowed to use a small amount of water, no problem. This water will be enough. وبين الذي ترده النجاسة, and between that which najasa come to it. يعني barrel of water, one drop of urine fall in it. زادوا في التخليط بلا دليل. They will increase in their contradiction without any دليل. التخليط يعني this is like something like hallucination or okay, something like يعني not reasonable saying يعني or something يعني which is not reasonable. Okay, they said that why they said that يعني this kinds of scholars said that because they يعني they differentiate between hadith because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for example, when the Arabi, this Bedouin man, urinate inside the mosque. Okay, هذا حديث متفق عليه. بال أعرابي في المسجد فهم الناس به. The people were about to beat him up. So Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم prevented them. منعهم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, and they said أريقوا على بوله سجلا من ماء أو ذنوبا من ماء. So he said uh, pour on his urine سجلا من ماء, يعني like a big bucket of water أو ذنوبا من ماء. So Ibn Hazm said when Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said that, so now it is enough. And to his bucket is not 200 liters of water. It is just like 10 or 10 liter or something like that, or 5 liters. Okay. So they said because of this hadith, they differentiate between the water when it comes on najasa and between najasa when it comes on the water. Okay. So he said here, وَأَمَّا إِذَا تَغَيَّرَ لَوْنُ الْحَلَالِ الطَّاهِرِ, but when the color of any halal liquid and طاهر liquid, if it is changed بما مزاجه من نجس أو حرام, with what it is mixed with it from najis thing or haram thing, أو تغير طعمه, or its smell, its taste is changed with this, أو تغير ريحه بذلك, or its smell changed with this, فإننا, so now Ibn Hazm said the water itself is not, it is not, not all of it will be najis, no, but فإننا, so we حينئذ at the time لا نقدر على استعمال الحلال إلا باستعمال الحرام. We cannot use halal water except with using the haram thing which is mixed with it. واستعمال الحرام في الأكل والشرب وفي الصلاة حرام. And to using haram thing in eating or drinking and inside the salah حرام كما قلنا, it is haram as we said. ولذلك وجب الامتناع منه, so we have to avoid it. لا لأن الحلال الطاهر حرم, not because the halal thing and طاهر thing became haram, no. ولا تنجست عينه, and not because its عين, its entity is became najis, no, because just it is mixed with something else and we cannot use it except we use both of them. ولو قدرنا على تخليص الحلال الطاهر من الحرام النجس, and if we are able to تخليص, يعني to purify the halal الطاهر, the halal and طاهر thing from what it is mixed with it from the haram and najis, لكان حلالا, it would have been حلالا بحسبه. وكذلك إذا كانت النجاسة أو الحرام على جرم ظاهر, as well as if this najasa or haram thing, it was on a germ like any body, okay, طاهر, and يعني anything which is anything يعني any tangible thing, okay, any tangible thing we say it is germ, okay. Well, if it is intangible thing, on just tangible thing, if any najasa or haram thing on tangible thing, and this tangible thing is طاهر, فأزلناها, so if we remove it, so it will be طاهر, okay. فإن النجس لم يطهر والحرام لم يحل. The najis thing will not be pure and haram will not be halal. لكنه زايل الحلال الطاهر, but it is removed from the halal طاهر. فقدرنا على أن نستعمله حينئذ حلالا, so now we are able to use it while it is halal and طاهر, حلالا طاهرا كما كان, as it was. طيب we can stop here يحيى.